Ladies and gentlemen, Miguel is on with Bennett from Most Requested Live.
What up?
How you doing, man?
What's going on, Mike? Miguel here, man. How you doing?
Good to see you, man. How are you? First of all,
I'm excellent, man. Thank you. Let's see if we can get this light popping.
I see the views.
Yeah, a little bit of nice.
Where are you in the world right now?
Green vibes. I'm in LA right now, man. It's rainy. And we're enjoying it. I love the rain, so it's good. Yeah,
It's a little moody. Some vibes.
Yeah. Definitely good for the emotional content if we ever need it. Yeah. Where you at? What city are you in, man?
I'm in Philly, so Most Requested Live. Obviously,
Okay.
you can hear it all over North America, but we're based right here in Philadelphia. So
Sick.
we just got
Shout out to Philly,
snow
man.
for the first time. We got some flurries yesterday. We got no snow all year.
What a trip, right? The weather's been kind of wild, I think, everywhere. But here in LA, we're like in a drought, so it's good for us over here. Hopefully, it's not like messing up the roads too much out there or causing.
Nothing too crazy. But I'm ready for spring though. Let's go.
Facts. Yeah. We can't wait for the springtime. Yeah, we can't wait. Yeah, all things in time,
Yeah, for sure. Dude, so good to have you on here. Always been such a big fan of yours. And I got to say how pumped I am to be playing Sure Thing this much on the radio in 2023. Like every hour we're playing this. It's such a good feeling. How does it feel for you to have this Sure Thing, just this resurgence on TikTok, social media, just a moment? I mean, this is the definition of timeless, no?
Yeah, it's wild. I'm still kind of mind blown, honestly. Like, the amount of times that Sure Thing has had kind of a moment, through social media is like almost every iteration. MySpace, not to date myself, but anyone who remembers MySpace, like that's how far back we go.
Yeah.
And so between MySpace all the way through Instagram and TikTok and these things, it's just really it's a blessing to find new young fans through music. And I don't know. I mean, we made it to like the wedding and the cookouts. I'm happy. I'm like, they're playing these songs at things that are like monumental, in terms of like life memories. So
Life events, yeah.
Yeah. Blessed, man. Super
I think
blessed.
Sure Thing was my MySpace, like the song on my page for a minute there as I was rearranging my top 8,
Let's go. The top 8. The top 8 was a real thing. Thank you, man.
And now it's viral on TikTok. So like the Gen Zers are, there's some, some kids out there that are becoming Miguel fans for the first time in 2023, which is super exciting. As you were saying, like, is there a project of yours that you would want them to check out next? Like, okay, like Sure Thing is the gateway drug. Would you want fans to start from like out the gate?
Man, I'm like bang the first album, like start there, and then go to Kaleidoscope Dream, and then go to Wild Heart, and go like
journey.
Yeah, I think there's I think for fans, and again, it's like you listen, one song is great, and I love that a song can continue to live and be a part of people's memories and make people feel things, and I think it's a blessing. But yeah, there's bodies of work out there, you want people to hear, and so I'm hoping, fingers crossed, we, some of the kids, maybe not too young, get into some of the songs, because not all the content is childproof. I don't know.
Well, speaking of full-length projects, I mean, your last full-length, what was it, 2017, the end of 2017, when you released War and Leisure? Like, I was going through something in my life, and there was 3 albums that I gravitated towards. It was Blonde from Frank, Flower Boy with Tyler, and War and Leisure from you. And I feel like those 3 projects that came out in that relatively similar time frame did a lot for me personally and kind of picked me back up. I was just curious if there was a project for you that did the same thing for you. Like, who do you listen to? Like, what have you gravitated towards when you're like maybe not all in sync?
Man, I go back to like songs in the key of life. I go to classic, kind of more classic stuff, old Beatles things. I mean, when I really want to just feel a little like taken out of this world, or if I want to be transported, Dark Side of the Moon is always a good one to just kind of like get out of my, just be on another planet, you know. I always go to P-Funk. That makes me happy. Miles kind of gives me, like, I'll go to Miles, and when I want to be maybe more soothed and just like a little, just more relaxed, but still inspired, I love Miles for that. Not early Miles, it gets really frenetic, and that's more like when I'm like on the move, and I probably reserve that for like New York or like Paris or things like that. But more of his like film scoring I go to for like down tempo, and I really just want to relax but be soothed, you know.
Right.
I mean, music is beautiful like that. You can find a place for it anywhere. But yeah, I mean, then it's like pensive and like introspective. I'm like 07 going into like Bjork, you know, like old IDM stuff. Yeah, I can get, when I'm excited, I'll go into like punk stuff, like old, oh my God, Minutemen, which is like from San Pedro. I'm from San Pedro.
Yeah.
Minutemen, like an art punk band from there that was really impactful. I'm talking about like James Murphy and impactful. Yeah, like the, you know, it goes deep. Like
There's just something for every mood, for every atmosphere, every vibe.
Yes, absolutely.
And I feel like War and Leisure did that for me. You know, it's been almost 6 years since
Voodoo's one. Like Voodoo's kind of all purpose. Voodoo's like a good all purpose one. Like always just throw Voodoo on and be like, all right.
And you're good.
Recalibrate, yeah.
Right, right. That's the word, recalibrate. Exactly. You know, it's been a minute since a full-length project. Is that something that we can look forward to this year?
Absolutely. Yeah. This year feels what's the word for that, when things are inevitable? Yeah, feels inevitable. Yeah,
it's all coming to fruition. You seem like you give me the I just feel like you're always creating something, right? Like you're always working. I could just I feel that with you. I'm just curious how many songs you're sitting on. Can you put a number to that?
I mean, I'm sitting on a large cache of like music. They're not all songs, but man, it's been, I mean, the past 5 years, I mean, how manic have they been? You know, it's like, and you know, some days it's like, the world's ending, let's have a good time. Other days it's like, wow, the world is really ending. Like, what is going on? Is this how it ends? Another day, and all the things in between, staring at the sun and just like hoping that it'll keep shining just for a little bit of levity in like such a dark time, you know. But then also like embracing the darkness has been really beautiful and inspiring. So, you know, I've been every emotion in between and every color and texture in between, and sort of painting in my way in all these different, you know, iterations of mediums has been really cathartic and probably necessary to get to this point. So that's why I feel like it's inevitable that something comes this year. We're definitely in final stages of a lot of things now. So, you know, crossing T's and dotting I's has been, you know, the past month worth of work, and just really like getting everything to fit and gel so that it makes sense. But I'm excited. I'm ready. Like I'm charged up. I'm charged up.
It's exciting. It's just cool to hear you talk about this. Like what when you say crossing the T's, dotting the I's, are we talking about what songs make the album, how the album is gonna flow? Are we just talking like the nitty-gritty stuff like that, or
it's more so how do we, you know, I think now there's so much happening just because we all want to keep up with, you know, being visible and seen, especially as an artist, whatever your medium. I think it's always like, we're artists, we're not content creators. I mean, it's important for artists, if you're listening, if you're an artist, whatever medium, like to remember that, like, yeah, there's art and commerce. So there's a bit of give and take there. And you know, it's a learning curve, and it's unique for every artist on how much they engage on the market side of what they do. But I think it's important to remember that, like, art is art. And for me, crossing the I's, dotting the T's is like, let's be clear about the purpose. Let's be considered about how we're doing things and why we're doing it, what we intend on saying. Because at this point, like, I mean, thank goodness, like, I have songs from when I was like 19 still cracking, like going crazy. So I don't have to rush to. I'm thankful to my fans for that. It's like, really, I'm empowered by them, and I feel because of that I owe them the consideration to do things that are with purpose and with intention, and hopefully that add value. So for me, it's all about, like, honing the intention and purpose always, especially at this level of my career, and moving forward. I feel like the next 10 years, my being prolific will always be centered around that. What is the purpose? What is the intention? How are we giving back, you know, to our listener, to the people that give us, or consumer, or, you know, whatever, like, how are we adding value to them? That's the whole vibe.
And not just releasing a project without that thought, without that intent. And that's why we love you. And that's why we'll be, you know, whenever you release it, we'll be playing it and talking about it for another 10 years. You know what I mean? So
love. Thank you, brother.
It's incredible.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So this is a question we always love to ask on Most Requested Live. The song you wish you wrote. You know, you're putting together this project, and I was just curious if there's a song maybe of recent memory that inspired you, that you're like, damn, wish I thought of that first. That's good, but I'm inspired now.
There's bangers. There's so many bangers. Okay, I'm trying to think of big songs that go crazy. I mean, Miley's "You Don't Have to Buy Me Flowers" is kind of crazy. Come on, let's go for a song.
Wild.
Like, all right, I feel you.
That was the first listen. I was like, okay, Miley.
Banger.
That whole album, yeah.
Yeah, just a banger. And she's, like, always been a killer, and such a dope, like, warrior, and, like, unapologetically her, where you're just like, how can you not love, how can you not love her? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's one. I'm trying to think of some other bangers as of late. I think all of the Silk Sonic joints, like, really,
agreed.
They always hit on a just, like, songwriting, you know what I mean? Like, excellence. Like, oh, every part is, like, line for line, banger. But then, like, each part is, like, infectious and, like, an earworm, and, like, it'll never leave your mind. So yeah, all of their stuff goes crazy. And shout out to Bruno, and shout out to damn, I almost called him by his OG name, but yeah, Anderson.
Yeah.
Masters of the craft, you know.
Yeah, those were my favorite projects last year. That was really, really good.
I feel kinda. Come on, Thundercat.
I'm
forgetting the title of the song.
I know you're talking about.
Give me 2 seconds. I'll tell you.
A little Google search.
I feel kind of fly. Would you give it to me? Hold me close and love me through the night. Hold on. Do-rag, of course. Do-rag. Come on. Honestly, of all of these, that's probably the one that's, like, first and foremost, Steve is like my brother. That's like my brother. And we came up here in LA in the same time, and it's just like, I have the utmost, like, love, like, just brotherly love of, like, someone who's been killing his entire life, and his journey has just been insanely crazy, like, always kind of tucked in the back, but known to be genius. His family's genius. Shout out to Ronald. And I mean, it's just like, they're just all incredible, and he deserves every bit of the love and, like, respect that he's getting, and he will get, is yet to even see. So yeah, that's my bro. So shout out to Steve Thundercat.
I love that.
It's definitely the one for sure.
I was thinking we're gonna get a whole like acoustic cover session there too. That was good.
Right?
I like that. Breaking it down for us.
Oh,
Man, everything you said about Thundercat, we think about you, man. Thank you for being so generous with your time, and
thanks,
we just look forward to this next chapter of Miguel.
thanks, man.
And it's just so cool that Sure Thing is just doing its thing right now. It's
Yeah.
amazing. 10
It's
years
wild.
later, more than 10 years later.
Wow, man. Thanks for it's all because of everyone that put it on the top 8, top 6. For real. Shout out to everyone who had me on
Oh,
there.
geez.
For real, the OGs. You guys are keeping me alive. Yeah, it's a pleasure. Thanks for letting me join, man. And hopefully we have another reason to jump on real soon.
Yes, let's do it again, man. We'll talk
All
soon.
right, Mike. Have a great one.
Be good.